say it's a voice that's very familiar to you. In fact, he voices that opener, Troy Sincock from the ABC Breakfast program. Hi, Troy.
G'day. It is the weirdest experience. You know, sometimes I'm on hold to my own bank whenever I have to call it. It's me talking to myself.
Is it really?
It's not a lot of fun.
That's what happens when you're a voiceover artist. And Councillor Henry Davis, who's a tax law enthusiast and has brought in the best buzzer. What did you bring in today?
I brought in my chickens.
Yes, you did.
So, they're actually chicks. So I've actually recently just bought, because my chickens are starting to slow down. They're getting a little bit older.
Yes.
They might have to go to the farm. So we bought a new selection. I've got 15 chicks at home, and I bought 3 along for my buzzer. So we're going to telepathically link, and they're all going to start chirping when I know the answer to something.
I've got no chance.
This is going to work out well. It's 4 versus 1.
How it's going to work. Are you going to... Sorry, can we just test your buzzers? Troy, test your buzzer first. Simple. Works every time. Oh, don't shake it.
It's not shaking. I'm just holding it carefully. All right. Okay, go.
Okay.
Cheep, 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 cheep. See, it works perfectly.
Hang on. I might be in with a better chance.
Okay, all right. So far, not so good. Oh, no, you've got to try and put it back in the box. Can I just, for my own enjoyment, do you mind if I cuddle one?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Could you choose one that's not good, recently pooed? So
you can grab Ducky. Ducky's a yellow. There you go. You look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
we have so much in common. I didn't know that you had chickens.
Yeah, I raised chickens in Darwin as well, raised and bred, and we just loved them so much. And when we moved to Adelaide and moved into a rental, my daughter cries herself to sleep at night because she can't have chickens. You know what? Actually, I will not keep that chicken. I see why that's a problem.
Stephen saw this coming.
All right, question number 1 is a warm-up question for you, okay? Just to test your buzzers. In tax law...
Oh, no. The last time it was so hard. You're like, what's this specific provision out of hundreds and hundreds of things?
The amount of time I spend in the tax law books finding these questions. In tax law, what can't you include in your low value pool claim? Would you like a multiple choice?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it A, assets you use in your work as an employee? Is it B, assets you use to gain rental income? Or C, chemicals you use to clean your pool?
Cheep.
Yes.
Might be the third one.
Yes, that is right.
Yeah, I would have said that.
Yeah.
Very good. That was just a warm-up. You don't get any points for that.
Oh, what?
Question number 1. At the beginning of the week, we were looking at this article, which is from the Advertiser's Erin Jones. It's about how the Adelaide City Council was finalising a new 15-year deal with the Royal Agricultural and Horticultural Society for South Australia for the use of the parklands for car parking beyond 2026. The draft deed included a clause requiring a minimum 10% reduction in parking over the course of the deed, which was about 315 fewer car spaces. There has been a backflip, apparently, with Erin Jones updating that parking will now be reduced on the parklands over coming years, but not as dramatically as originally planned by the Adelaide City Council. My question is, which ride is the longest continuous ride at the show?
Oh.
Come on, Troy.
I'm gonna say the Ferris wheel.
Yes, exactly right.
I thought you were going to ask what was the eventual percentage that the city... I was like, I know this one. I have a chance.
And backup question. What has it been reduced to?
It's going to be 5%. But it's actually a lot more than that because the city council has got rid of a whole bunch of other car parks along the term of the thing. So it's actually going to be 494 car parks that have been reduced for families to get to the show. And that's that'll be the total over the life and plus this new measure.
And you're going to have some other means to get people to and from the showgrounds, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I think we've got alternative parking somewhere.
Can I tell you a quick story about the Royal Adelaide Show?
Yes, please.
Did my work experience at the Royal Adelaide Show because my grandpa owned a stall for years and years. It was actually positioned in very close proximity to the Ferris wheel. And I thought, this is great. I'm actually getting paid to do work experience. If this is what work is like, it'll be great. Anyway, we've sold Dagwood dogs, fairy floss, donuts, that kind of thing. I was out the front. There was literally a crowd about 10 people deep, 5 people wide. There was a lot going on. Someone asked for a Dagwood dog. I sold one to them without sauce. They then decided they wanted sauce, brought it back with a bite out of it. I put it in the sauce in front of about 50 people. There was a collective gasp. It was like the oxygen just got pulled out of the earth. And yes, it didn't go well for me.
Yeah.
I haven't worked there since.
Look, another question for you in that case. Do you
That's
know how the Ferris wheel first came about? The creation of the Ferris wheel.
Cheep, cheep, cheep.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that it was some kind of observational post.
What does that mean?
Like, so, if you want to, scout the enemy, you have you carry around a Ferris wheel with you, right?
Subtle, yeah.
And
that
then
would
you
be
put
subtle.
people, and then they go up to the top so they can see the enemy, and then you can bring them back down again,
That
and then
is
you can roll it to your next location.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is not right, I'm
Oh.
afraid. And the reason I know this, oh, that's okay.
Oh. Next time.
We're still learning how to use the bumper and ring buzzers.
Ferrous does mean iron, though.
Does it so?
Yeah, ferrous.
Of course it
like
does.
a ferric
yes.
material.
The reason I know what the origin story of the Ferris wheel is because a couple of years ago, 891's Jules Schiller was speaking to the Sideshow Alley manager Trent Woodall, who said this.
The Ferris wheel itself has a ride, goes all the way back to the Chicago World Fair, and they were competing with, so the World Fair before it was Paris, and they built something called the Eiffel Tower.
Huh.
Lucky. And I've just had a side note. It's Ferrous. Ferous. Not Ferris, F-E-R-I-S or whatever. Ferris is
Okay.
iron. So, bumpo. Where's the bumpo?
Oh, man.
There we go.
Shelley's just ripping on Henry Davis.
That's not true. We're having fun with Henry Davis. Question number 2 on the News of the Week quiz with our people pundits and pros Henry Davis and Troy Sincock from the ABC. The Premier promised some tradies that if they could get an important project done by Christmas, then beers would be on him. Your question is, how much did a bottle of Cooper's Ale sell for in Melbourne at Christmas during Melbourne's Great Beer Dispute of 1975?
In today's terms?
No, you
Back
don't need
then?
to do that. Yes,
Cheap, cheap, cheap.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what currency they were using back then.
Dollars.
Oh, dollars?
1975.
Like, let's go $4. Ah.
Troy?
$1.75.
Ooh, closer, but lower.
50 cents?
Higher,
75 cents.
higher.
$1.
Yes.
I won the auction.
The title is Adelaide Beer, $1 a bottle of in Melbourne. And the article goes, a leading Melbourne hotel is selling South Australian beer for $1 a bottle. 30 cents more than a normal Melbourne price beer.
See, that's why I said 75 cents.
Yes, I can see how that came in. Anyway, so apparently there's always some kind of conflict with the two main brewers in Victoria at the time. And workers would go on strike for better pay deals, and then Melbourne had run out of beer, Melbourne beer, and then they turned to good old South Australia, charging only $1 a bottle.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Beer wars.
Now, just talking about first-time jobs, Ian's given me a call on 1300 222 891. Hello, Ian. Oh, wow. Oh, that is so good.
Wow.
And so what was your job that you got and how long did you keep it?
Oh.
That is just brilliant, Ian. A little later, we're going to be talking to Angela Laverty about a new podcast called Brain Rot, about what all this online connectivity does to our brain. How's your brain, Ian? Are you all right? Okay, you don't.
That answers it.
Thanks so much for the call, Ian. See ya. Another text says, loved it when Henry shows up on the show, and that was the best buzzer yet, says this text. 17 minutes past 1 on 891 ABC Radio Adelaide. Jo Laverty, Henry Davis, Troy Sincock with you. Question number 3, and this was a question because Rory McLaren on Morning says you've got to have more questions about the budget. So here we go.
Oh, okay.
The state budget dropped yesterday. $3.9 million over 3 years for essential upgrades to regional arts centres in Whyalla, Port Pirie, Mount Gambier and Renmark. Which of these events is not on the country arts calendar for 2025? Is it A, harbingers, care or catastrophe? What could our future look like if we prioritise the environment, cultural practices and social well-being? And what will it look like if we don't? Is it B, La Fête de la Musique, an evening of French elegance with internationally renowned harpist Marshall Maguire? Or C, The Flaming Zambucas presents ABBA Gold Tribute Show?
Cheep, cheep, cheep.
Yes.
I reckon it's the ABBA one.
Troy just waits until you get it wrong and then comes in
There's-
with the win. He's
there's
the
actually-
Stephen Bradbury of the with News of the Week.
Do you
quiz.
know what's happening?
It's
It's-
a statistical reason why that's better. Because I have a 1 in 3 chance.
Yeah.
And then if I get it wrong, you have a 50-50 chance.
Yes, Troy's very clever like that.
Yeah, it's a...
Believe me, I'd not considered that at all. But
I
it is literally because my buzzer, if I move it at all, it will shake, and I don't want to commit to something that I don't know the answer to. Whereas, Henry's...
Well, I'm a politician.
Yeah, well, that explains everything.
I have no problem committing to things that I don't know the answer to. I will fix everything. Your
Unless you're
life will
honest.
be amazing. I promise.
I'd say A.
No.
Okay.
That means B. That means it's B.
The answer is this is not on the calendar. In fact, La Fête de la Musique, an evening of French elegance with internationally renowned harpist Marshall Maguire, and this is actually him playing, is on the Darwin calendar.
Oh, because I was like, this must exist. You didn't
Yeah, it
just
does.
make it
Just-
one up.
Just not in the SA Arts calendar.
La fête de la musique.
Oh, you pronounce it much better than
Yeah,
I
je
do.
parle français. Je
Oh,
suis
yeah, that's
bilingue.
right, you speak French.
Eh ben, dis donc.
Do you speak another language, Troy?
No, but I am listening to an album by a harpist at the moment. Her name's Brandy Younger. Check it out.
Huh.
That's not what I was expecting you to say at all.
No.
Okay, thank you very much for that. 20
Maybe
minutes
caller of
past
the week
1.
next week is harp music.
20 past 1.
Police Commissioner Grant Stevens.
Police incident at Royston Park.
There's a need to demonstrate the actions of the police officers involved were appropriate in the circumstances.
Sonia and Jules for breakfast. 891 ABC Radio Adelaide. The Friday Takeout on 891 ABC Radio Adelaide.
And the very famous voice there of Troy Sincock, who is ABC roving reporter, DJ, and all-round contributor to not only your whole music at your local bank, but also on this program. And Henry Davis, who is a tax law enthusiast and Adelaide City Councillor. How's our score going? What's going on there? We're okay. All Stephen did was point to the back of your head, Troy.
Okay, great.
And say you're ahead.
I don't know how that's possible, but okay. Keep going.
All right, here we go. Question number 4.
The chief
Botanist
subject.
Perry Coleman was inducted into the South Australian Environmental Hall of Fame last night for her work with the St Kilda salt marshes. Which country in the world is the largest, has the largest amount of mangrove coverage?
Oh no, you were talking about this before, and someone was having to go count all the leaves or something.
Yeah, you count all the leaves of the baby mangroves. It was a lot.
Where's the big swamp in the world?
Yeah, it's one of our nearest neighbours.
Oh, really?
Oh, a bit like Papua
it'd have to be up that way.
Indonesia,
A lot like that.
like one or the other. Papua New Guinea.
No.
No.
Well,
Oh, I was
wait.
gonna.
Oh, who-
I thought you were kind
It
of
wasn't
indicating with Papua New Guinea. Oh,
No,
okay.
it wasn't
Timor?
Papua New Guinea.
Timor,
What do you want me to give you the answer? That's not Timor. No.
No, no idea.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right. Because you said Papua New Guinea.
Yeah,
That's
I
what you
was
said.
trying to, but you were poker faced, and I was trying to figure out which one it was, and you
Yeah.
just gave me nothing.
Yeah, that's right. I've worked hard to get that poker face. Indonesia. The largest amount of mangrove coverage can be found in Indonesia, where mangrove trees cover some 31,000 square kilometres, which is twice the size of Jamaica.
Wow, how big's Jamaica?
Probably half the size of this
Oh,
mangrove coverage.
I've got a
in
fun fact.
Indonesia.
Kangaroo Island is, I think it's 7 times bigger than Singapore.
There you go. That is a fun fact.
And
That
they've
puts
got
things in perspective.
millions of people there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Any fun facts about landmass that you can share with me?
My dad lives on Kangaroo Island.
That's a good one. Yeah, that does help. Thank you. All right, and one more question from the...
So you get a point for that?
You're getting so many points. This one again for Rory McLaren from 891 Mornings, who was like, the kid in a candy store, or lolly store. When my kids say candy, I berate them. So actually, like a kid in a lolly store, because it's been budget week. Which piece of infrastructure in Port Augusta is getting $15 million upgrade over 2 years? Come on.
Must be a dock. Cheep, cheep, cheep.
Yes.
Some
Why
kind
have you got your heads in your hands like you're defeated already?
Well,
What is it? What is it? $15 million over 2 years.
My guess is it's some kind of dock
Okay.
to
A
get
vague
wool out
description.
or something.
That's okay. Troy?
No,
I remember seeing this and it is not coming to me at all.
Yeah.
like a road. A bakery. It's a bakery, isn't
It's
it?
not a bakery. All right, I'll give you a hint. At one point, divers were sent underneath this piece of infrastructure to count how many trolleys had been
Oh, it's a
over
bridge.
its
The
edge.
Port Augusta Bridge.
No.
Oh.
How many trolleys have been pushed over its edge?
Yeah.
How is that not a port?
Yeah. Or a bridge?
Yeah.
Well, it's something else.
I have no
It's like
idea.
a damn wall or something.
It's not a damn wall. It's not a damn bridge.
Not a damn
It's not a
bridge.
damn.
Well, something adjacent to a supermarket.
It's quite close to a supermarket, sure.
What would be close to a supermarket?
Like a skate park?
Oh, let me tell you some stories while you try and remember. When I say this, you're both going to go, oh, obviously. So in 2018, the Port Augusta... Call me, actually. You know what? If you know the answer,
Oh,
give
yeah.
me a call
Okay.
on 1300 222 891. In 2018, the Port Augusta Council, in conjunction with Woolworths, Big W and Coles, sent divers down to assess how many trolleys had been pushed over the edge. They estimated 500 trolleys over the edge of this piece of infrastructure, which is due for a $15 million upgrade over 2 years.
Is it like a reservoir? What? It's a bridge. It's water.
It is sort of like a bridge.
It's the
yes.
vibe. Oh,
It's the vibe.
Is that how I'm winning? It's all these answers that Henry's getting wrong? He's
Every
sort of
time
going
he
backwards
goes,
and I'm
no,
just
no,
staying
he
still?
loses a
Yeah,
point.
okay.
What?
He does minus 45. Do I just have to give it away? I feel. Hang on, Stephen's definitely talking to someone who I think might have it right.
Oh, he looks...
Okay.
Let's have a word from our sponsors. No, we do have someone. Hang on, here we go. Luke is listening in Glenelg. Please put us out of our misery. Luke, what is this piece of infrastructure? Yes! Oh!
What is the difference between a wharf and a port?
There's-
Ships pull up to wharves in a port.
Well, Luke, would you like to explain the difference between a wharf and a port? And importantly, the thing that's getting a $15 million upgrade is the wharf.
Oh, the wharf.
Yeah. How is beautiful Port Augusta today, Luke? What brings you to Port Augusta?
Great. Oh, it's raining.
Drizzling.
Amazing.
Have you, the Port Augusta, when I was living there, had one of the best bakeries of all time, serving this beautiful meat pie. It was absolutely fantastic. Have you checked out the bakery? Oh, yes. Yep,
Oh,
that's
okay.
the one. Go and have a meat pie for me.
Oh,
Thanks, Luke. See you later.
I was just up
Bye.
at Port Augusta, actually.
You're
Yeah.
not allowed to call it that anymore.
Who says who?
Everybody, the last time I accidentally... Well, that's back
Nah.
in the day. Please don't say it again.
Okay, Port Augusta.
Yes.
I
Back
was
in the
recently
day,
at Port
when I was
Augusta.
living there, everybody
Shearing
said that
sheep.
word, but now it's highly offensive, and so
To the Port Augustans?
you just lost another 55 points. This text says, for bonus points, is it on the west side or the south side? Says this text for the wharf. I don't know the answer to that. Good. Oh, we'll research that and get back to you. Another text says, I love Henry. He'd be such a great dinner guest. You'd kick him out after 20 minutes because he'd offend everybody with his jokes that you say, please don't say that again, and then he just keeps going.
I can't believe that's a thing. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
no,
thank you
that's
for
what my
educating me.
response was. And then
you
I
got
just
in
kept
trouble.
going, and then I really did get in trouble.
All right, well, so I'm in good company then.
Absolutely. There are
I've just taken the heat
similarities.
off you. So.
Thank you to you both. I think
No
that
worries.
Troy's the winner.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. So Troy Sincock, love your work.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful weekend. Thank you
Will
for
do.
staying so late this afternoon.
That's right. It's way past my
It
bedtime.
really
Yeah.
is, but so I value that. Thank you,
No worries.
and also to you, Henry Davis. The chickens. Can we just hear one more time? Or it sounds like they might have gone to no.
They don't do it-
Might have gone to sleep.
They
a
aren't
little
as
bit.
responsive as I thought they would be
No.
to knowing the questions. I feel like,
I mean, it was.
but I mean, I didn't know the answers, so I guess.
It was destined to fail right from the start, but. Hello.
Can you hear that?
You gorgeous thing. That's a rooster, by the way. You know that, right?
Is it?
Yeah, they're all
Why?
roosters. All of those chicks that you brought in are roosters.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Thank you very much to everyone who listened and played along on 891 ABC Radio Adelaide. That was our Newsly Weekly. We'll be back again next week.